Welcome, everyone, to the Paranormal Pride. I'm your host, Denise Pridemore, and here's your co-host, Ron.
Go Chiefs!
And as you can see, he's all ready for football. Either that or he's having a bad hair day.
Bad hair day.
It could be both.
And both.
So I've had him slaving in the yard today, putting up fence for our air conditioner. So we're not going to talk about that.
Beautiful.
It is very pretty. Very nice.
Not done yet.
It's a very nice tan color, just like I will be here soon, maybe. So I'd like to tell you guys all thank you so much for hanging with me through our extended break. We really appreciate that. I wanted to give you guys an update on the nephews. Both are doing well. The one that had the tree fall on him, Vincent, he's home and he's doing everything he's supposed to be doing. He's doing physical therapy and he's got to go back to Louisville again in December, but otherwise he's doing well. And Timothy, he's doing well with his cancer treatment. And so all we can do is keep on praying. So your prayers have helped. So please keep them coming. I appreciate them so much. Then now to the fun part. I have Quirino come back. She's my guest tonight. She's been my guest pretty much since, I think she's been on my show for 8 years now, coming and going. So, and I love having her on. She always has such good information to share and lots of good insights. And so I'd like to welcome Lynda to the show. Hey, Chris.
Hello.
So.
Hey, Crystal.
So.
In the chat.
Yep. So what's been going on up there besides getting ready for hockey season?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a big one, up here in Canada. Oh, everything's been going on. It's spooky season. So as you can imagine, we're busy with everything. Tons of events, lots of stuff happening. And of course, being Canada, this coming weekend is Thanksgiving for us. So you have it at a different time. We have it nice and early. But yeah, we're busy. Mm-hmm. How about you guys?
Well,
same here.
We just had our year of having our Milton Paranormal meetups.
Cool.
And so those are doing well. It's actually gotten some acknowledgement from some of the businesses here in town. And we can't be there, but there's going to be an event on the 18th at the place that we've been holding our meetings at. For the paranormal. But that's good. It'll be fun for Panhandle Paranormal of Pensacola, which is Ron and I, along with another lady, are the leads of that now.
Hello, Mom.
So she'll have to take over while we're gone, but we got to investigate last Wednesday the location that we've been having our meetings in, and it was kind of interesting. So got some good information that we had to all look up and find out, since none of us really know the area that well.
Oh, no.
So
that's cool. So
got lots and lots of research.
But you got to investigate where you actually hold your meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool. So where do you hold your meetings?
Well, there's a place called the Beardless Brew House in Milton. Okay. And back in June, they started having karaoke on the same night we had our meetings. So we moved our meeting, and we actually did a walk that night because, you can't hear anything over karaoke, especially bad karaoke. And, and you cannot comment on how bad it is because, you're invited there by the business to be able to do this. So we had thought we could have our meeting outside, but it had rained all day. So everything was wet. So we just went on a walk through the town with the town historian who gave us all kinds of information. It was so good. And then we took July off. And then the last couple months we met at a graveyard, and we did a graveyard walk, and we met at a burger place. So we're meeting at a burger place this month again, because we just found out that they stopped having karaoke at the Beardless Brew House. So we're going back to the Beardless Brew House next month.
That is fabulous.
So
That's
yeah, I mean, all it took was patience, waiting it out.
Yeah. Well, and it's great. Having public meetings is a lot of fun, right? You meet so many
She
cool
was really excited to have us there. I didn't know she'd be that excited. And she even had a few people stayed over and came in just to watch
cool.
an investigation. So, but yeah, it's a bar now, but it used to be years ago. I think originally it was just somebody's house, but it's only a quarter mile from the river. It's right downtown.
Just a couple blocks, really.
Yeah.
So
it's real close. It's got a lot of history.
the whole area does, which is interesting in itself to find out.
I think it's a law office, and then they added on to it. They said the building next to it, they said it's got a lot of activity. So that we're going there next.
That's actually where Dr. Sherritt's lived.
Yep.
Was where at the Backwater Bistro. So we got BB, so Blackwater Bistro and the Beardless Brew House are next door to each other.
Yeah.
And the Beardless Brew House used to be Dr. Sherritt's office, is what somebody said. I don't know if that's true, but one of the ladies in our group that comes to our meetups, she used to be on the city council, and her son is the town historian.
Oh my gosh, how cool is that?
Yeah, you can't ask for better than that. So you're getting some good information. And I mean, and the town historian even gave us these books.
Oh, cool.
That talk about just the true history, not the haunted history, but the true history of the houses there. So we can look at it and go, okay, this is what we know. So when he took us on a walk, he took us on, I'd say, a quarter of this walk. He walked us around. And I thought that was just really neat. And almost every house he pointed out had something, that was considered paranormal. And we didn't know that he was on Ghost Hunters twice.
Really?
For 2 different locations. One in New Mexico and one here.
Oh, that's cool.
So
that's cool. Wow. So you know what's going to happen, right? We're going to have.
So what have you been up to?
Well, we're going to have computer issues because it's a full moon. Right? Oh, what have I been up to?
Oh, is that what's going on?
That's a full moon. And honestly, what have we been up to? Well, pretty much everything, because everything started last week. All of our events started. So we've been doing all kinds of different things. There's a town south of us called Newmarket, and they have an old town hall. That's really haunted. So we've been doing old town hall investigations, which is a lot of fun. And there's a lot of activity there. We also have a very haunted inn, which is in the town of Georgina, in a place called Jackson's Point, called the Briars. And we've been at the Briars. We're going to be there every Friday night. That's a pretty haunted location too. So like spooky season, I never see my family or my cats because I'm never home. Never.
So since we last saw you, you got to go to England.
I did. Can
you tell us about that?
Well, it was really fun because it was a paranormal tour of the UK, which in this case was Scotland, Wales, and England. So we landed in Scotland, which was pretty incredible. I'd never been overseas before, so this was a lot of fun. And we had to take our paranormal equipment with us. There was myself and my assistant director who also went on the tour. So we brought some equipment with us, which kind of baffled the customs guys, because when you bring that kind of stuff, right, they kind of go, what is this? Like, I've never seen this stuff before. Like, what do you use it for? So that was fun. And so we managed to get through customs. We were good. We went to Greyfriars, which, as you know, is major haunted. But that, of course, is in Edinburgh. But we figured that we'd be able to do an investigation. You can't do an investigation there because some people come out of the woodwork and basically say, no, you can't do that. We stopped people doing that in 1991 because of all kinds of stuff that they were doing. So, of course, people were vandalizing and doing ridiculous things. So they said no. So they said to us, no, you're fine. You can take pictures all you want, but no ghost hunting equipment, no equipment at all. So we were kind of bummed out, but it was still really cool because we got to experience the atmosphere. And if you've ever been to Greyfriars, it is crazy full of atmosphere. I mean, it's dripping with atmosphere. So we were there for hours and hours. I think we left at something like, I don't know, 1 or 2 in the morning to go back to the hotel. So that was an incredible experience. And then Wales, we got to go to a great castle. And I can't even pronounce the name of this castle because I'm telling you, in Wales, the names of the towns and the streets and everything is like crazy. There's all kinds of Y's and W's, and it is the weirdest place you've ever been, but the most incredible atmosphere ever. And I think I'm going to say that about England too. Like, just the atmosphere is nuts. Going overseas, I really wasn't sure what to expect. And you read about all these haunted places, but when you're actually there, it kind of overwhelms you. It was the coolest thing I've ever experienced. We were there for about, I'm going to say 10 days. So it was quite a whirlwind tour, but we hit some of the most haunted spots. And in Chester at Ye Olde Kingshead Inn, I got bonked on the head by a ghost. So there you go.
So who did you do the tour with? Group wise?
You know what? There's
not the people, but the company.
The company. It was actually a tour done through Colette, which is a tour company. But it was prepared by a local person who actually comes to our meetings, which is really great. And she works for a company called Wired for Travel. So she was the one that came up with the itinerary and did a spectacular job because we hit a lot of really cool haunted places. So kudos to her. She's also putting together another one for next year, and that's a haunted tour of Ireland. So I'm crossing my fingers and hopeful that I can go because that would be cool.
Well, let's
So
know.
when is that one supposed to be?
You know what? I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to an information night in November, and we're going to talk about the tour, when it's happening, all the neat places. But as you can imagine, we're, going to go to all the real good hotspots. So it should be fun.
Yep. Hey, Stephanie. Stephanie is the one that did the cake for a pork chop.
Oh my gosh.
For my daughter's when Ruby was born.
Right.
So for the baby shower that we had.
I remember Stephanie.
So welcome, Stephanie. It's good to see that you're around and everything. Is this informational session, is it going to be something in person, or is it something that we can get an invite to?
It's actually going to be in person. It's at a historical center in a town called Uxbridge, but I can certainly share the information with you when it becomes available, because wouldn't that be cool?
Yes. We get to meet finally in Ireland instead of
oh my God,
someplace close by.
That would be, can you imagine? That would be so great. We get to meet over a pint somewhere in Ireland. I like that. I think we should shoot.
I could bring pork chop.
There you go.
Wow. Fit in the suitcase.
Yeah. You go, what in the hell is this thing?
It's funny.
It's big.
I love it.
So, but no, our trip to Ireland got canceled because there wasn't enough people. So we were supposed to be in Ireland over Labor Day, and it got canceled in middle of May because there wasn't enough people signed up.
Oh no.
So, but you know,
Yeah. So
things worked out for the best.
we thought we just, well, us and a few other people, we just thought we'd plan our own, you know.
Yeah, why not?
They've been over to Ireland and Scotland enough times. They know, you know, they've got good connections. So,
Well, we've been to Scotland enough times.
well,
None of
we
us been
figured,
to Ireland yet.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd like to go and talk to your person and see if it's going to be Northern or Southern Ireland. And if it's Southern Ireland, if they can get the Roach Castle in there or Castle Roach.
Ooh, okay, we'll do.
My family. It's my family's castle, according to Crystal and April. So, and after doing some research, I found that that's true.
Really? Wow. So that's
Where's the key to the front door?
It's probably under the stone in the front.
Oh,
I was going to say, is there a mat with a key somewhere we could stay there?
Actually, you can
stay there.
Actually, there is a tour that's
where they stay.
There's a tour that's the center that you stay there,
Yeah.
and then you go out. It's kind of like a wagon wheel. You go out every day to someplace different, and you just stay stationary as opposed to riding around on a bus everywhere.
Oh, that was the worst part, was riding around on the bus. But it was an interesting part because when you're wandering around on a bus, like a major big tour bus on those tiny little streets, I mean, that's insane. Those highways are nuts. And you're massive and you're passing all these cars and your heart is somewhere up there in your nose. It's the coolest thing.
Oh, yeah. So I like the idea of having a place where it's stationary, where you don't have to pack up your bags every day and go. I think that that's a nice way to go. But, you know, at least, I mean, because we travel all the time, and a lot of times we're staying in one place one night and another place another night. I mean, we do it a lot, but
yeah,
sometimes it sucks.
Yeah, I agree with that. Totally. It does.
So,
you
what?
Do, Jessica.
So apparently you liked it so much you're going to do it again.
Yeah, I really want to
If
do
you
it
can.
again. Yeah, absolutely. If I can. My bank account is on a respirator.
Are they
most of us? So
are they asking you to be the guide again?
not that I know of so far, but I am going to go to this meeting, and they do want to have me up in front of people to answer questions about ghosts and hauntings. So we can only cross our fingers and hope that maybe that might be part of the plan. So,
well, you can always put in a good word for help.
exactly, right?
I need these people from Florida. They're great. Love them.
And I've known them forever.
That's what it seems like. Because, you know, Ruby's going to be 8. So
There's
that
no
means
way.
that we've known each other at least 8 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Pregnant.
Yeah. So I had
Almost 9.
So I interviewed you before
Yeah.
Ruby, probably about the time I found out she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird. Oh my gosh. I feel old, guys.
Why? We're not the ones I mean, if we were the ones having the little 8-year-old running around, I could see where we'd feel old.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, that's true.
4-year-old here is the one that's aging us.
Oh,
He's
boy.
aging us fast. Nolan is a handful.
Keeps you
Love that
busy.
kid. So, you don't have any grandchildren yet, do you?
Oh no. My daughter is still, well, both of them still live at home. One's 28, one's 30. Still living at home. You notice that in my voice, right? Still living at home. But it's okay. I mean, really, it's so hard to be able to afford anything out there. They both don't have significant others. So they're just at home. They can't afford an apartment. It's so expensive. The cost of living is expensive. So, but when you pay rent and you live at home And mom does mostly everything, like meals and cleaning the bathroom. It's not bad, right? Yeah. I
And the
feel you.
laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I have one here.
Yeah.
But you know what? She's not a problem. I like having her here. She's a good kid. Well, how old is she? 31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's all good.
we at least have a cat sitter when we have to go away.
Well, that's sort of how I look at it too. And you know what? I love my daughters. I like them as people, and that's important too. So I'm glad they're still at home. There are some days where I look at one of their bedrooms like longingly, thinking that would be a really great office because I have a whole lot of stuff that I don't know what to do with, and that would be a really great office. But that's really, that's it.
What I've been doing is I've been finding places for everything. And if I can't find a place for it, it gets donated.
That's a good
or
thing.
it goes in the trash. And I do one thing a day. So one thing gets donated, one thing gets trashed, or one thing finds a new home. Or it goes back to the person I borrowed it from. And you know what? We're starting to have less crap.
Yeah, that's the way
because
to do it.
I also have this philosophy is what will my kids do with it if I'm gone?
True.
If it's not worth any money, they're tossing it.
Oh yeah.
So my jewelry's about it. Oh, and now that we've become grown-ups and we bought furniture, so they're gonna want the furniture.
Oh, well, as long as it's good furniture.
It has to be because we waited until I was 60 years old to buy furniture.
Oh my God. Good for you. Good for you.
We're becoming grown-ups.
Yep.
Scary.
No, we had furniture at one time. When we moved here, we got rid of everything.
Yeah, well, that was a long move.
Yep.
Boy.
So it took us a long time to figure out what we wanted.
Had furniture.
We had some
we threw
furniture.
It away. We didn't.
Crystal knows that we had some furniture. It wasn't good furniture, but we had some.
You know how we got it?
How'd you get it?
Hey, I'm throwing this out. Do you want it?
Oh,
that's how we got it. Yeah, it was that furniture.
No, well, They asked us, well, when was the last time you went furniture shopping? I said, do you remember Montgomery Ward's?
Oh my God.
When you got, 5, 6 cats, a ton of dogs, and kids, you can't have decent furniture. It's just, so why bother? So,
hey, Dan, we hope you're doing well. Hope Baltimore's or Hagerstown is doing you good. So, let's see.
You still keep in touch with Joe? Or?
Oh, yeah. I guarantee it. So, but I was going to say, do you guys have any other things? I mean, I know it's spooky month and haunted stuff and all that. So after haunted month, what do you guys do? Do you guys take a break December, January, or do you guys keep on going?
Well, we keep on going with our public meetings and pretty much whatever comes our way, because as a team, most of the things that we do are residential hauntings. So if anybody has a problem or anybody is experiencing something weird, they just get in touch with us. However, they get in touch with us, either through Messenger, through email. They send us messages. And sometimes, because it's a smaller town where I live, sometimes, it's that person knows this person who knows this person who knows you. Therefore, they'll call me on the phone and it's like, who is this? I have no idea who this is. But it's always great because that's really what our mandate is to help people. I know some teams out there, their big mandate is not to do that. It's to go out and investigate wherever they can, to kind of wander around, glean some sort of evidence of hauntings. I mean, we love evidence too. But for us, because we do a lot of residentials, the evidence becomes validation. So, they feel validated that something's going on. And When an instrument does something that can measure something, for them, for the most part, that's validation. Although being an investigator for like 44 years, you don't really need the whirs and the buzzes and the lights to be validated. But, most people do because they see it on TV, right? They want to know if that is going to work in their house. So usually when we're called in, they like it to be validated and they like our instrumentation. So we're busy all the time. We're just busy all the time.
So the team that we're part of here is having some trouble getting the word out. And I didn't want to go the route of putting it out there saying, hey, if you got a haunting, give us contact us. I didn't want to do that. And the team asked me why. And I said, because you get a lot of fruitcakes that way. And I wasn't trying to be mean, but I didn't want us to be treated as we were anecdotal. I wanted it, if somebody reached out, it would be because they truly needed help, not they wanted to be on TV or that they wanted to, they just wanted to see if something was going on. How often do you guys get people that just want the attention?
I'm going to say probably one a month. But we are pretty lucky because we have a very extensive questionnaire that we send to people, which is, I think, invaluable, because when somebody comes to us, right, it's like, okay, we'd love to help you, but we need more information from you. So you need to take a look at this questionnaire, fill it out, return it to us, and then we'll talk. So the fruitcakes usually go, well, crap, I'm not doing that. Forget it. I'm not spending 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And honestly, this questionnaire doesn't take 10 or 15 minutes. This questionnaire takes a good couple of hours if you're doing it correctly. So we weed out a lot of those fruitcakes. So the genuine article, we love when people answer the entire investigation questionnaire, because then we know what we're dealing with. And if you're serious, you're going to do it. If you're not serious, that's going to scare you off. So we find that, we're pretty lucky that way.
So how many pages is this questionnaire?
Well, it's about 10 pages, and they have to really think about things. We ask them very pointed questions. And of course, some of those questions, as you can well imagine, people don't like to answer, like, are you on any kind of medication? Are you aware of any high electromagnetic fields in your home? Most people will go, oh, what? I don't know. What are they talking about? Who cares?
So is your questionnaire paper or is it online?
We can do either one, but we prefer it online because it's much faster, much more efficient. But there are people
easier to read.
Oh yeah, but there are people out there who are of a certain age that don't particularly love to do anything online. So those are the ones that hear about us through someone else, and of course find out who's on the team and then call and say, well, maybe you can drop off the questionnaire in my mailbox, which is fine. I understand that. My mom is 92. She doesn't have a computer. And if something was happening in her house, she would be one of those people that would say, could you drop it off in my mailbox? So I can appreciate that.
Does anybody ever ask you for help filling it out?
Some people will get in touch with us and say, what do you mean by that? Some people are kind of confused by some of the questions that we ask. For example, we always tell them, tell us a little bit more about what's going on. Is there a specific time of day? Is there a specific time of year? Is there a specific person that's in the room, perhaps, when these things happen? You know, if that person leaves, is there a different thing that happens, or does anything happen at all? And they'll call us and they'll say, or get in touch with us in some way, of course, and say, well, like, first of all, what do you mean by that? I mean, I don't quite understand what you mean. And I just sort of explain, you know, it's very self-explanatory. Maybe something's happening when somebody is in the room. If you have a daughter and something is always happening that's paranormal, or what that you think is paranormal when your daughter is in the room, then I'd like you to note that. And times of day. When did it start? Did it start years ago? Did it just start? Things like that. So they'll just ask us for clarification, but it's pretty self-explanatory. They just don't like to answer some of those questions, especially when we say, you know, are there any problems? Are there any medical problems that we need to know about? They don't like to answer those things, but those are really important questions because, as you know, some medications, they might screw with you. You know, you might hear things, you might feel a certain way. So we need to know all of that stuff because it's all really relevant to the investigation. So,
and self-medicating.
Yeah, we had a guy that kept calling us saying that he either had ghosts or aliens in Alton, Illinois. He was drunk. We did get somebody to go.
Every time.
I mean, it seemed like every time we'd be on a trip, he'd call.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally got, I don't know if you remember Coyote Chris Sutton, but I got him. I called him. He's a friend. He was a friend. He's passed, but called him and he went over there and he goes, Denise, she goes, first off, he's a hoarder.
Said he couldn't even hardly move at all in his house. He has so much stuff.
He told him, he goes, you're going to have to clean this up. There's no way we can do this. So the guy was a hoarder and he was an alcoholic. And he said that, you know, he saw Jesus on his wall, but he was melting off the cross, you know, and it's like, that sounded like hallucinogens to me. But again, I wasn't there. I couldn't, you know, but I did get somebody to go and check on the guy. Luckily, you know, if he was trying to pull one over on us, he couldn't. That was the first thing. But I still got somebody to check him out. But it was just really disheartening to find out that he was a hoarder, you know?
I wasn't surprised.
No, it was just disheartening. That was it. But I really wish that I had a good questionnaire for people, you know, because I mean, I'm used to talking to people all the time. Interviewing them is not a problem, but sometimes it's great to have it on paper.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's interesting because when I first started to do investigations by myself, like eons ago, I remember buying a book, and I think it was Lloyd Auerbach. I think it was his book. And he talked about having a questionnaire, and I think there was an actual questionnaire in his book.
I'll have to look because I have that book.
Do you? Oh my gosh. So yeah, and this was like eons ago. And I think he actually did have one. So you see, it's something that most people, I think, just do. I mean, why wouldn't you have something that somebody can answer? Because you got to weed people out. And you're right. So many people, they just, you know, want to do it for the wrong reasons. And you know yourself, there are certain clients that come in and they claim that things are happening. And this has happened to us quite a few times. They fill out our questionnaire and it seems very sincere. And you go in and, you know, you talk to them and you think, okay, well, maybe you do an investigation, a formal investigation. You get absolutely nothing. And then, of course, what happens a year later, you get the same person saying, oh, something's happening. And you think, really? It's like they just want you to go in. You know, they just want you to do an investigation to maybe rule out, I don't know, something that they think might be happening. But sometimes if you go in a few times and you don't get any information, they'll go to another paranormal group and they'll do the same thing, right? And then that paranormal group will call you and go, yeah, so we went in and there's nothing happening. Like, what happened with you? My God, why does that happen?
Yeah, they're hoping something will happen. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing.
They're hoping it's haunted.
I don't want the team here, I don't want them fishing. Because
they would,
and they will, and
they'd probably check every one.
I just don't want, everything is not paranormal.
No.
And I don't want, there's a lot of things I don't want, so, but the main thing is I would much rather somebody reach out to us because they heard about us or they saw that we have the meetup or whatever. And they come to us and they say, we've got a problem. Can you help? As opposed to this banner up going, hey, call me if you have a haunting, the Ghostbusters commercial.
There are some out there.
And somebody here in town did that. And somebody from our meetup sent it to me and they said, do you know this person? And I said, no. And I said, but that's the wrong way to go about it. Because they, we've been having these meetups. Why didn't they come to the meetup to try to meet people? Instead, they put up a Facebook post asking for people to, to open up their doors for them. And I'm like, I wouldn't let you in my house.
Yeah.
Without doing my homework. And so maybe this person will show up at our next meeting. I don't know. But you just don't pull out the advertisement from Ghostbusters, write it all out and say, do you have things going bump in the night? No, you don't do that. I don't know.
How many residential houses in a year do you visit or actually make it in?
It kind of varies from year to year, but I think, actively investigate, you mean, or just go in and talk? Actively investigate, not very many. I'm going to say, if there's 5, that would be a miracle, because really often we find that when we go in and we talk to these people and do sort of a preliminary walkthrough, we can usually solve things right then and there. We don't have to do a formal investigation because things happen when you're doing a walkthrough, or even when you're just interviewing people. You are kind of like, if you've been doing this for a while, and I know you're going to go, yeah, this is true. It's like you're CSI paranormal. So as they're talking about what's going on, you're putting the pieces together. And then at the end of that interview, you're able to go, okay, so this is really what I'm seeing. And you sort of lay it out and they go, oh my God, like a little light bulb goes on in their head. So you really don't need to go in with your cameras and your instrumentation, or you don't really need to do that because you've pretty much solved their supposed paranormal problem in one interview, which I love.
Right.
I love.
Yeah. When we ourselves go in to a residential, we want to go in there to go one time. That's it. Solve the problem and get out.
Yeah.
And if it's as simple as, one example that I use is a young lady, a mom, she contacted us and she said that this stuff was happening with her teenage daughter and she didn't know what to think of it. And their microwave was on and it was unplugged, that she witnessed, and she was terrified. She didn't know that her daughter could see spirits. After we met, we've been friends ever since. In fact, that little girl got married a year ago, getting ready to have a baby.
Oh my God.
And I'm just so excited. I was so happy to be able to go in with Ron and another friend and was able to.
They actually had stuff going on.
Yeah.
There.
We had to, we did a clearing because they didn't want the ghost to leave. They just wanted it to not be angry. So basically we went around, with some positivity and all this, and talking to the spirit and letting them know what was going on and everything. And they were happy, so a lot of times it's not that they want to get rid of the ghost. And it's not that the ghost was a bad person. He was just confused, as to what was going on. And he was kind of pissed that the mom left the kids there alone, but they were old enough to be alone.
Right.
Right.
But, things like that. But, we went in with the goal to not have to go back. For them, they had to live there. And that's the way I always look at it. These people have to live in this. The last thing they need is somebody to go in and stir shit up and make it worse, because I get to go home. They're already at home.
Exactly. Yeah, we have the same philosophy.
And something else you said was, another team goes in there and they tell them something. I always hate that. They tell them it's a demon and it's not.
That's the worst.
That's the worst ones.
Oh my God,
you have to spend all your time proving it's not.
Yeah. Yep.
Have you been called in on any of those?
We have. We've also been called in to. Oh, this was a good one. This was a few years ago. This one team got in touch with us and said, we went into this lady's house and she believes that she's haunted and things are happening, but really she's crazy and her house is a mess. And what we need to do, because she keeps reaching out to us, what we want you to do is we want you to go in and just tell her the same thing so that she'll stop pestering us. And that's when, my little kind of antenna went up and I thought, yeah, wait a second here. No, we don't do that. But what we did do is we did contact her. We went in and again, able to solve things very quickly because yes, the woman had a lot of stuff. So she was pretty much a hoarder. But because of that, there was so much trapped energy in her house that it was insane. And there were things in her home. I'm going to call them rogue spirits because her daughters were, of course, bringing things in with them. And they were hiding. So all these rogue spirits were hiding and messing with them and messing with the animals and all of that. And anybody worth their salt as an investigator would have known that. So when we went in as a team, we all kind of looked at each other and realized what was going on and offered some great suggestions. Our clairvoyant on the team, she's one of the leads when it comes to clearing. She went in and opened the windows and basically said, like, you need to leave. And honestly, it didn't take that long for things to get back to normal. But again, it's a lot of other teams out there who don't really go in for the right reasons. They go in for the wrong reasons, thinking they know everything, and they really don't. And they're causing a lot of problems. And I don't know, it just bugs me. I hate it. I just hate it. I can tell you do too.
Yeah. I know. I get really irritated with, first off, if we knew everything, this would be science as opposed to what it is. We would be able to make stuff happen just like that. And we would be able to prove all this, but we have zero proof. Right now, people need to understand we're working on theory.
Yeah.
And, I've always had issues with that, and maybe because I work in data, even though I see spirits and talk to them and all this other stuff, I still have that logical side of my mind. I'm my left brain, my right brain, they argue all the time.
Oh yeah.
over all this crap.
Yep.
But again, it is what it is. I would like for it to be cut and dry that this is what it is, but it's not. And we also have to be open to listen to the people who are living it. We know that they're not always going to be right, that their house is haunted. It could be something else. But sometimes people close their mind off to the people who don't do this, that don't do this often. The new person coming in, as Ron says, they always have the best questions because they're not doing it all the time. So they don't ask the same questions. They're wanting to know why you're asking this question, or they'll have a different question will come to mind that's more relevant than the one that you had.
That's true.
So I don't know. It's just one of those things. My pet peeve is the people that are out there that know it all and can't explain why they know it all.
Yep. Well, they can explain because they watch every show. They know. They just know.
Zach said it's this way, so it's got to be right.
That's right.
Which reminds me, one other thing. What do you feel about Jason Hawes putting up a GoFundMe to buy the Conjuring house?
Yeah, I really don't know. It's interesting because I saw a post yesterday, I think, and it was Andrea Perron who was talking about that and was very happy about it. And, it's time. And I think it's a great idea. All of these paranormal people, they tend to want to do that, right? They want to buy something that is haunted. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want it to go into the wrong hands. And I think that's the only thing that I think about when I think of this. And I think, well, possibly if he does buy it, then maybe that might be the right hands. But is it? I don't know.
Okay. So if it's okay for him to ask for people to go fund him for $1.5 million,
right,
for an old house. Okay. I know he doesn't know all the costs, Tom, but I don't know all the costs it's going to cost me to buy a beach house that's haunted. I want to buy the haunted beach house down here in Pensacola for,
I'm sure we saw one.
Yeah. $1.5 million myself.
It just happened to be really nice too, but we can make it haunted.
Oh, the one that's 700.
Yeah, that's haunted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been on it's on the historic register here. They want $800,000.
Yeah.
There's that one. They want $800,000. But yeah, it's not on the beach. But I want one on the beach. So why would we go fund him for him to have his own business when nobody's going to go fund me to have my own business?
Yeah, well, see, that's the issue. And everybody that I talk about it, they say the same thing. They're like, well, wait a second here. Then if I give him money, I kind of want a return on that investment.
Right. He needs investors if that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Like I said, I saw
that's
and I saw his plea and I'm like,
no way. I wouldn't give him a nickel.
No, I wouldn't either. Because again, it's not doing me any good. It's not going to make my heart feel better that he bought it.
Right.
It's different if I'm giving money to, say, to a child that has brain cancer, for his parents to be able to do stuff with him before he dies, or so he can have the best treatment and stuff like that. Right. That's different. I'm more than willing to give up my hard-earned money for that, but I'm
donate so you can get rich.
Yeah, that doesn't,
right?
Are you going to pay me back? Stupid. So if you get all the money through GoFundMe, are you going to pay everybody back when you make the money back? And if they charge like $2,000 a night to stay there, so he's going to make, just say that it's booked half the time. So
that takes guts.
150 days a year times 2,000.
That's.
So he's going to have his return on investment in less than 3 years. Did he really do that? Yes.
Okay, I lost a lot of respect for him.
So, but yeah, like I said, the Villisca Axe Murder House is the model.
Him and Grant,
Well, you figure Connecticut versus Kentucky.
Yeah,
that tells you something. But the Villisca Axe Murder House is the model that a lot of these
Pretty
paranormal businesses
liberal
go by.
Democrat thing to do.
You know, because that used to be booked. It was $400 $400 a night back in the day, and it was booked 360 days a year.
Wow.
And you had to book it out sometimes a year to 2 years in advance.
Jeez.
And they were making money hand over fist. And the bulk of that was cash. And that house didn't cost $1.5 million. That house was going to be torn down and stuff. But yeah, Darwin Lynn actually created the business model for this.
Wow.
And I don't know. I've just mentally, let's see, data wise, I have a problem with it.
Yes. Yeah, I do too.
I work too hard for what I've got, and so does everybody else. And if anybody's listening to this and they want to say something, go for it. But I work hard for my money, and I'm not going to donate it to somebody to start their own business to charge people $2,000 a night to investigate.
Just get investors, like most normal people would.
Yeah. He needs to write up a business plan and go to the bank and do whatever it is he's got to do. He's got to do it the right way. You can't do it this way by panhandling.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. That's why I wanted to change the name of the Panhandle Paranormal Group. But we are in the Panhandle of Florida, so we got to keep that in mind.
That's true.
But yeah, that is. I think it's just not right.
No.
So
No.
But yeah, I saw that and I thought
I'm not surprised.
people need to think.
I didn't even know about this till you just now said
I know.
it. I had no idea.
I figured I'd catch you off guard.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's everywhere online. I mean, honestly,
I know.
it's everywhere online. And at first, when I first read it, I thought, well, I understand how somebody would want to save it. I get it. But in what way? And that's the issue.
And if you want to save it, are you saving it for historical reasons or because it's haunted? And
Right.
if there is a historical relevance to the location, what is that true historical relevance?
Right.
Is it on the historic register? Does it have to be kept in this
It's in the
fashion?
movie.
It doesn't matter if it was in a movie. Remember, I know half those people that those movies are about.
Right.
I mean, I don't think that the Smurls, their little duplex is going to be something that people are going to be going, oh, we need to pay $1.5 million to have this duplex to charge for, $2,000 a night to go investigate in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Right.
So,
Right.
so
No.
the movie thing has nothing to do with it. But what is the historical relevance that makes it worth this much money?
Yeah.
I mean, the house in front of it's pretty crappy looking. That they just investigated on, what show was that? Expedition X.
Yeah.
Or Expedition Unknown. Yeah, Expedition Unknown.
X.
X. Yeah. Yeah. They went and they investigated the house in front of it.
Huh.
And so you could probably get that one even cheaper.
They want 1.2 million for theirs.
Oh man, what is going on with this field? I just wonder sometimes.
Well, I mean, there was also that some comedian, I guess, bought the Warren home in Connecticut.
Oh yeah. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, and then he's leasing all the stuff, and he's charging a couple $1,000s a night to go there.
Yes. And a lot of that stuff, remember that stuff went on tour, and that opened up a whole can of worms as well. So that was never good. Oh, you've got what is it? Why pay $300 for it?
Yeah, that's right. Why pay $300 for an EMF detector?
Yeah,
You can get one at the hardware store for $10.
Exactly.
You wait for another paranormal team to get tired of paranormal investigating and buy it off their auction block.
That's right. Well, I mean, anybody can be a paranormal investigator. You just go to Amazon or the hardware store or whatever and buy all the equipment and just go in and do it, right? Somebody told me that last week.
Oh, yeah. You go to the Dollar Tree
That's right.
and get cat balls.
That's right. So what's the problem? Oh, I have this little fly that's bugging me here.
So I'll tell you, you want to know what we go to Mardi Gras parades to get paranormal equipment. They throw these little cat balls at you. And if I catch it, it's mine. And it's like, goes in the ghost hunting kit.
Why not? Why not?
So usually they're in rings and stuff like that. And I just have to cut it out. But it's the same thing. If it moves, or ball, if it moves, it lights up. It's like, why am I going to pay for it when somebody's going to beam me in the head with one at the parade?
100%. I'm with you on that one.
So yeah, that's where we get our cat balls from.
I love
Mardi
it.
Gras and Christmas. So, well, Lynda, we're almost at the top of the hour.
Yes.
And
damn, that was fast.
We got a lot talked about. Where can everybody find you? And how can they reach out if they think that they need you to talk to them about their haunting?
Well, they can reach us pretty much anywhere. We are on Facebook, Georgina Paranormal Society. We have a website, georginaparanormalsociety.weebly.com. It's a free website. You can email us at georginaparanormal@gmail.com. And I think we're on X. As at Georgina Ghosts. So anywhere you want to reach us, go for it. And I'm the keeper of the email and all of that stuff. So you'll be talking to me.
So I saw.
So how many people are in your group?
There's 5 of us.
How many?
There's 5.
Okay.
Yep, there's 5. We all have our own special thing that we do on the team. So we all have our own thing. So yeah, and we've been together for a long time now because I started it in 2012. So we've gone through some people came, some people went, the way it goes, but we're all stuck with each other now, all 5 of us for a while. So it's good.
Let's see, there was another question I had. I always have another question. Another question. So my next question is going to be, would you do this again?
Absolutely. Always.
So on that note, if you were to go back to 2012,
yes,
would you still want to be a paranormal investigator?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's something that's a calling. I think that if you're passionate about the paranormal, you want to know more, just like we all do. I think investigating is a fabulous way because you get to interact with whatever it is. And again, we're never going to know until somebody who's dead taps us on the shoulder and goes, hey, let me tell you about all of this stuff. I would do it all over again, for sure.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, been seeing spirits since I was 4 years old. I don't know if I would change any of that. I just kind of wish I'd have told Ron sooner. Right. I mean, at least right after we got married, after it was too late for him to go, she's a crazy bitch.
I feel that. I do. I love you guys.
I know. See, that's why you want to go to Ireland with us.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll have to bring the pens just in case.
Right?
Oh, when did you go to over the England or Europe or UK and that? What time of year was it?
It was exactly a year ago. So we left, I think it was September the 20-something.
About September?
Yeah, and came back beginning of October. So same time of year.
How was the weather?
Yeah, I was going to say.
We were lucky. In Scotland, it was freezing cold. In Wales, it was cold, but less freezing. And in England, it was just rainy and kind of tepid. So we hit everything. So I don't know. I thought it was amazing. Light jacket, little sweater. It was fantastic. I would do it all over again.
So
yeah, we were told really no later than middle of September, really, because of the weather.
Yeah, Yeah, but we really hit a great stretch. I mean, it's funny how when we were there, they kept saying, well, you must have brought the good weather because it's really
Yeah.
nice. And it really was. It was excellent weather.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd like to thank you so much for coming on. I hope everybody will join us next Monday night at 7 p.m. Central for my guest, Ronnie D. You guys may remember him from Old South Pittsburgh Hospital in Old South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. So we're going to talk to him next week. And you guys can find us everywhere that you're watching us now. Paranormal Pride YouTube and Facebook, the Temple of Phoenix Rising Entertainment, Things Network, which Ron and I are part of, Things of Florida. And then you can also find us on Denise Pridemore's LinkedIn. And then last but not least, Dark Realm TV. You can watch replays on there. So please check out Dark Realm TV. It's a subscription-based streaming service. It's $4.99 a month or $49.99 a year. You get 2 months free if you go for the year. So check it out. You can find all kinds of great programming on there. And I hope everybody has a great night. And make sure you check out everything on Bill of Rights Network and find out what else we got going on there. We've always got something. So check it out. Have a great night and see you guys next Monday.
Good night.